Hello, welcome back to another episode of Hands and Pants, the series where it's a more laid-back approach, less scripted, and me just talking about something that I want to talk about. I should start off with saying this video is subjective, because we're talking about comedy. Comedy is a subjective thing, something that I find funny, you might not find funny, and I'm expressing my opinion on something subjective, so it's just, if you don't agree with me, okay. Today we're talking about something I've noticed in several comedies that recently came out. The inspiration for this video was this movie called Irresistible, directed by Jon Stewart. I still can't believe that's a thing. Irresistible, directed by Jon Stewart, recently came out. Stars Steve Carell and Rose Byrne. It's a political comedy. So funny. Where Steve Carell is a Democrat and they go to a conservative town in Wisconsin. And Steve Carell sees this video on the internet of this guy who demonstrates democratic beliefs, and he wants this guy to run for mayor as a Democrat in this conservative town. Yeah, what a plot. So there's a part of the movie where they're announcing that this guy's gonna run for mayor under the Democratic Party, and the guy comes up, he lays out a few lines, he's just like, yeah, I'm running for mayor. And he's just like this farmer, doesn't really care, he's not a politician, so he's not gonna be up there and spew just like nonsense out for 50 minutes. He's like, yeah, I'm running for mayor. Vote for me, please. And then Steve Carell's like, okay, let's open this discussion up for questions. And he asks for questions and no one responds. So he hits us with the comedy gold that was probably improv, not in the script, but I don't know, maybe it was because Jon Stewart, he might have put that in the script. He says, Bueller. Oh, so funny. I died laughing. It is quite possibly the most original, unique thing to reference something that attempted to make something new, and you're just gonna steal it. And it's okay to reference something else, but to do it in such a lazy and uncreative way to where you're just straight up copying and pasting something from an old movie and acting like it's funny in your new wacky context of a political comedy movie. I don't know. It's something that I saw a lot with the new Sonic movie that recently came out too, where they constantly reference like Fortnite and Keanu Reeves, like, haha, you know Keanu Reeves, that's hilarious. It's basically that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's sitting in the chair from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's sitting back in the chair. He's just like, I know that thing. Ha ha. I have big brain. I'm not an idiot. I've seen that thing before. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but just lazy jabs at other things that you may know in an attempt to make you laugh isn't funny and has never been funny. Like, in Avengers Endgame, for example, the biggest movie possibly ever. There's a point where Big Rock guy's playing Fortnite. That one is you can kind of excuse it because the Russo brothers and Epic Games had like an agreement where they both liked each other's things, or Russo brothers just liked Fortnite and wanted to put it in their movie. But then there's movies like Sonic movie that just blatantly Sonic's flossing in it. It's like, haha, you kids play Fortnite? Remember that dance from Fortnite? Sonic is doing it. So Sonic likes Fortnite, you like Fortnite, you should like Sonic, and come watch this movie and buy it on 4K Blu-ray and buy all the plushies that come out and all the shirts and everything. Just give us your money, please. I mean, sure, 7-year-old me would probably been freaking out if two things that I loved combined in this, like, if I saw, what was 7-year-old me into? I guess the closest thing that I ever saw to this was the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. And so I guess I'm complaining that, that I never had anything like this. But, yeah. But it just, the reason I hate it so much is you have so many great comedies, like from the 2000s, you have Borat, this movie where it's just this wacky guy from Kazakhstan, and the funny part about it is watching other people react to him in this American environment. Or even older than that, you have the Monty Python movies from the 70s, like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, a movie that's still funny to this day, and they have so many unique bits that play out through it. It's so great, and it is aged so well because they put so much effort into making something funny, but not, like, in reference humor, the inherent flaw about it is that it becomes less funny over time, because once the new audience doesn't understand the reference that it's coming from, it's no longer funny. Like even like Charlie Chaplin movies from the 30s, like City Lights from 1931, is still a pretty funny movie to me. And it's just this like slapstick silent movie of Charlie Chaplin running around getting into sticky situations, but it was just done so well that it ages. Like, it ages like fine wine, when reference humor ages like milk. To reference something in my video about hating reference humor, you could say this is just old man yells at clouds, I guess. And it's not like reference humor is always inherently bad. It can be done well. A show I really like is sitcom Community. I mean, sure, I don't really find it very funny whenever they do references in the show, but I never think that they're just cheaply copying, pasting it. They get their own twist on it. Like, the character Abed on the show is basically just he just constantly makes pop culture references. I never really found that funny about the show, but I loved how unique and how it seemed like they're just having fun with the show with their spin-off episodes. Like, one episode they'll have like a giant paintball game on the community college that they play on. Or they have like a zombie episode, or they have the kind of generic, it's in a lot of sitcoms, different timelines. But it seemed like they're just having so much fun, especially in the first 3 seasons of the show. And I can excuse the reference humor, and also I can excuse it for them trying to do something with it. Like, sure, I don't find it funny, but I can give them credit for actually trying, unlike the comedic geniuses of Jon Stewart and Steve Carell, which is kind of sad, because as an American, I like The Office, like 99. As a hot take, The Office is a good TV show. No one has ever said that a single time in their entire life. But Steve Carell's great in The Office, and in this role, it's kind of, it's just bad. So, what am I really saying here? Comedy is funny? What am I trying to say here? Funny things be funny, I guess. This video is completely subjective. If you find reference humor very funny, have at it. I mean, cool. I just think it's very lazy. And there's so many, like, ways to cherish comedy. There's so many different comedy styles, from what I referenced before, Borat, Monty Python, to Charlie Chaplin, or you have, like, movies that I cherish a lot, like Life is Beautiful or Harold and Maude. These comedy movies that take a super dark subject, and you can take it as a just straight up comedy movie, or you can look deeper into it, and there's a super dark backstory you can study, and it just has so much character, and it brings out so much emotion in those movies. Even like cheap comedies like Superbad, sure, that might be nostalgia talking, because I've seen that played on MTV so many times, but Superbad's still funny to me to this day. It never felt like they were cheating me into getting a laugh, or I don't know what I'm really saying. It's impossible to explain why things are funny. It's, it's completely subjective. I'm sure there's going to be a scientist in the comments that's like, oh, well, serotonin. I don't know, man. I hate using this word. Every time I see something reference something else in this cheap, generic way, I hate using this word because it's so overused, but I straight up cringed. So, yeah, that's about it for me yelling at the clouds. If you want to check out my podcast, the Too Casual Podcast, links are in the description. You can find us on Spotify and iTunes, or if you want the video version of the podcast, it's on YouTube. You'll find all that stuff with the links in the description, or go to our website and find where you want to listen to it. This coming Saturday, I think we have Alex or Purple Swordfish as a guest, and we're talking about the Xbox conference that was earlier today as of this video releasing, where they're showing off new games. Should be a fun discussion. We're also reviewing the movie Spy Kids. So if you want to listen to that, links in the description. If you want some more of these videos where it's just me complaining about nothing for 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. Go ahead. Who cares, man?